Hello everyone, if you'd like to see how I create this cut crease without using a concealer to do so, then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I done and work on my left eye. This is just a lipstick brush, and I'm going in with the MAC Select Cover Up Concealer in NW15. I like to go in with a smaller brush for this process because I feel like I have more control on where I'm spreading the concealer for my brows, and it helps me create that sleeker look. But of course, everyone has their preference on what they'd like to apply the concealer with, and I also sometimes use the Zoeva Skin Finish Concealer brush too. So I'm just spreading that all over my lid and making sure I'm getting every single part covered up. I'm even going lower than my actual eye and onto my nose, so then there's more place for your eyeshadow to work with. So I'm going in with a black fluffy brush from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amazing palette, and I'm using that to spread away any lines from the concealer to have a smoother base to work on, and this process will help the shadow be applied on so much more smoother. Also, I'll be doing this eye more of a cold tone compared to the other eye, as I kept it more warm toned. I used only one extra shadow for the other eye, which I'll let you know what it is when we get to the eyeshadow, but just so you can see the difference between a warmer and colder tone look. I usually go warmer myself, and after I couldn't decide which one I actually liked, but I'll talk it through with you so you know the difference. And when you're blending in that concealer, you want to press lightly because you don't actually want to remove the product, you just want to make it smooth. I'm now using the MAC 219 pencil brush with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amazing palette and using the color Barb to highlight the inner eye and under the brow. Same steps were used on the other eye, there's only two differences really between the two eye looks. Okay, clearly I love a glow, but to me it just stands out when you turn and you see that glow coming off your eyebrow, and I just love it. I'm taking the MAC 224 fluffy brush and using the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer to create a base for my shadow and to basically contour my eye into the shape I want to work with. I'm doing soft motions and just dipping back and forth to build up that product. You'll see me talking to my daughter throughout this process because she's sitting right next to me doing her arts and crafts while I record this video. I'm taking the fluffy brush I used to smooth out the concealer to just keep the shadow neat and buffed out at the bottom. Okay, so I'm now taking this gorgeous palette by OPV and I'm using this burgundy maroon tone. The colors don't actually have names, and you can also see that I've dropped the palette, and I'm placing that into my crease and slightly above with the MAC 224 fluffy brush, and I'm just building up that product too. I'm not too sure if this palette is still available more like, but it's amazing and it only costs £19.99. It's so good. When I was doing clients, I would literally buy the palette, finish it, buy the palette, finish it, buy the palette, finish it. The price is amazing and the shadows are so pigmented that I was just obsessed, and you can't tell because I've dropped this palette, but there's so many beautiful different colors on it as well. I'm taking this burnt orange color from the palette now and I'm applying that on the edges. Now with my other eye, I just used more of this burnt orange to create the warmer tone, and I'll be using less of the burnt orange on this eye. So that's one difference between the two so far, and you can see I'm just placing that color into place softly. And going back with the Amazing brush to blend and neaten out whenever I feel I need to. I'm taking the MAC 217 Fluffy Brush with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amazing palette, and I'm taking the color Yugo and placing that right into the cut crease, and I'm going to keep it as neat as I can so I don't have to go in with the concealer to cut it cleaner. I would usually use a concealer to do a cut crease, but that can take time, so I'm showing you a quicker way to do it when you're on the go like I am a lot of the times. I'm just placing the product softly and going back and forth with this product and building up, as you can see. I'm pushing the shadow into the corner of my outer eye to have that cut off where the shadow ends. Now take your time and be a little bit slower with this process so we don't need to go in with the concealer to neaten it up, and that way you can miss a step on the concealer cut crease look and finish a little sooner if you need to. I'm now taking the MAC 233 flat brush with the same palette in the color Wasted, and I'm placing that color onto my lid. Now with the other eye, to get the warmer tone, I done this and then placed the color OG, which is a caramel tone on top of it from the same palette, and that's really the two differences. And I'm tapping that onto the lid and spreading it around, and you can see how pigmented this eyeshadow is. I'm taking the MAC Fluffy brush I had used for the dark brown shadow and blending that into my eye from the outer corner, and I'm going in with a lighter brown also to lighten it up and make sure the blend doesn't look too harsh compared to the nude. This is the MAC Pink Hologram Glitter Pigment, and I'm using the same MAC flat brush and placing that on top of the nude color on my lid for a tiny bit of sparkle. So you can see what we've done so far without using the concealer. It's more of a softer look, but it does work if you're ever in a rush. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate Liquid Liner, and I'm just going to go ahead and do my eyeliner with a flick as I always do. And I start on my lid first and create the flick at the end of the process. So for me, this is a longer process because I feel like the eyeliner makes your eyes stand out completely. So I always go for an eyeliner, and I do take my time with it, and I make sure I get it on point to as much as I can on the day. It always depends on the day, how you're feeling, how your eyeliner turns out. But this is why I do take a little bit of time with it. I'm just cleaning it up with the same lip brush I used to apply the concealer with all over my lid at the beginning, and just using whatever is left on the brush. This is just a small hard brush, I don't know the brand, and I'm just adding the Semsa Grape Tone from the Amazing palette, and then going in with the black BK shadow from the same palette and just creating a thin line with it. And now I'm taking the Dolce & Gabbana Kohl Pencil Liner in True Black, and I'm applying that into my waterline and my top waterline too. I absolutely love this eyeliner. I've been using this eyeliner, I would say, for 7 years now. It's the best. I love it. I'm going back in with the same pencil brush from the beginning, and I'm applying more highlighter into my inner tear duct. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, which I love because of the curved wand, and I'm just doing the top part of my lash first to blacken any fallen shadow that fell onto my lashes. And now I'm just taking off all the excess fallen shadow with the L'Oreal Micellar Water Makeup Remover. I have such sensitive skin and this micellar water remover is so good. I feel like my breakouts have stopped since using it, so it's definitely something to have. And there's my full face done too. I really hope you enjoyed and this was helpful for when you're in a rush. Thank you so much for watching and bye!